Alrighty. I'm wondering if I'm live. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. I think I'm live. Oh my goodness gracious. Alrighty. I'm going through Restream because I wanted to share something with y'all when I go upstairs with Anastasia. And it's all those technical things. So I'm like, oh my goodness. And you wanted to have it like your phone instead of like this right here. I wanted to switch it to like if I was on my phone. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. So thank y'all for being here. Let's see here. There's Miss Robin and Miss Lori Leonard and Misha and Mr. and Mrs. Joe, Miss Carla. So, and TV watchers, thank you so much for being here and everything. So let's see here. So let's see. TV watchers. Chat. Replay watchers. Woohoo! So, yeah, I'm going to share a song with y'all. I'll play it. Like, I'll start at a minute before midnight. And that way y'all can watch that while I go upstairs with Anastasia. It should still be playing when I come down. So, I don't know. And I just heard the fire engines go down the road. I'm like, really? It's New Year's Eve. But I also been hearing people lighting off fireworks. So that could be the problem. Someone saying, so not typing much. Oh, that's fine, Miss Carla. I made me some hot tea. It's really cold outside. So it's cold in here. I kind of don't like that thing. I think try to take that off. Let me see if I can take the confetti off. There we go. It was bothering me. Like it was getting in my face. And if I was talking, it would like be going in my mouth. I didn't like that too much. So, yeah, if I'm on the YouTube side streaming, I can't share. I can't share like a share screen or anything like that. So, and StreamYard, you only get 5 hours a month, and I think I don't know. I didn't want to try that either, so we'll try this and see what happens. But I do have some snacks to show y'all. So we did have, this is the turkey lunch meat. This was chicken. And then we had cauliflower. Anastasia ate all the carrots. And then we had some of the gingerbread bread that I made. Some celery. There goes the lights flickering again. And then I made, which is on the cooking channel, and I'll share that in just in a few minutes. But these are the turkey sausage balls, and made the same way with the Bisquick and everything. And I just did a turkey sausage instead. Yeah, I got it off. Thank you. And so I made that with turkey instead of the regular sausage, and Anastasia loves it. Then I'll show you that them a little bit. I made spinach balls, and that's on the cooking channel also. And then share, copy link, go back to my channel, go live. Okay, and so the link I just dropped is the actual the recipe on cooking dairy-free and alpha-gal with Nancy. So, hey, Beverly Moffat, how you doing? Happy New Year, Ruby. Good to see y'all. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So saying Merry Christmas is Happy New Year. So, yeah, so tonight we're going to do, after we say watch the ball come down and then everything, when I get back down here, we'll go in the kitchen. I'm going to show y'all some new things that I want to do for this as part of my goals for the new year is making things at home to use, washing, my routine at nighttime, keeping up with doing my thing. My finger, my finger is swollen, so I'm definitely laying off a few things more. Anastasia wrote on my arm last night. She goes, make sure you show everybody. I forgot because I was so busy doing the Legos. So she wrote her name on my arm and drew a flower. So when they came down this morning, she goes, oh, you did your you did your Lego thing. And I'm like, yeah. And that's not what I want to do. Okay, there we go. That's what I want. All right. So she looked at it, she goes, I think you missed some pieces. I said, yeah, I know, because some of the instructions kind of like got me confused. So her mom finished it. They got this part to stay in how it's supposed to be. And now they were able to put the center of the flower. They've got those pieces together, and they the ladybug was on here. So that was the only part that I think we didn't get right last night, was the brown piece for the flower pot and putting these on. But other than that, they did really well. I mean, they kept everything the way I fixed it. And they go, that's a great job. So it goes on that stand. It'll go on a stand like this. And it sits like that. And I'll put it up on my shelf over there. So I thought that was pretty fun. It's like we had a good time doing that. Last night. And then other things. I was gonna make the original Chex Mix tonight on the live, and I was like, So what I did is the mixed nuts, the pretzels, the corn Chex, and they didn't have any of the others, so they got me the oat bran squares, like whatever. And so that's our mock Chex Mix. I did make one for the cooking channel, and I had Worcestershire sauce, so I used soy sauce. So it came out really, it's not bad, but it's just like really salty. So I think Anastasia ate most of the Brazilian nuts. Hey Heather, how you doing? She likes those Brazilian nuts, so that she ate all those. She goes, you can have the rest. I was like, okay. So that's just a good snack to have around. When we were making those regular Chex Mix growing up. Oh, that was so much fun. And then we had the Chex Mix. And then, let's see, was that? Of course, we had finger sandwiches, um, like the egg salad, the chicken salad, ham salad, and the biscuits. And then, because my mom would save some ham left over from Christmas so we could have it for a New Year's Eve party. And it had potato chips, and you remember taking the Lipton French onion soup mix and mix it in the sour cream and make your own French onion dip. We did that. A cheese ball. Hi Zero, how you doing? Happy New Year. Um, we made our own cheese ball and everything, and the crackers. So you had all kinds of different crackers besides the Cheez-It crackers, but you had those we call them fancy crackers. It's still in the store. But then like the round crackers and different shaped crackers and everything for the cheese ball. Then your mini pickles and olives and stuff like that. I forgot to do the pickles and the olives. Anastasia doesn't like olives, but I still got the Gershon pickles. So I'll take some up there tonight for tomorrow night. We probably had everything. She ate all those carrots, and we split the gingerbread bread. She ate all the spinach puffs that were on there, spinach balls, puffs, something, not actually puffs, but the Bisquick spinach balls that was in the recipe book I did. We had cauliflower. I didn't cut up the cucumber, and then the meats. And we had salsa and chips. So she had the Fritos, and then we had the snack mix. And she looked at me, her eyes go so big. I said, this is how we used to do New Year's Eve when I was growing up. I had a big spread, and we had, everybody ate and watched the ball drop in New York, and that's what we did for New Year's Eve. So there was many times, there was a few years there was snow and nobody could go anywhere. But we always had some friends over that we went to church and school with. And they would come over and ring in the new year with us and everything. I remember one year, it was so warm. So let's see here. Had to be maybe 79. I know it was warm one year, so 15, maybe 14. I don't know. That my best friend, her brother, and their neighbor, they went up the street yelling "Happy New Year" to everybody. They were in shorts. So it's like it has been warm on New Year's Eve and New Year's, and then all of a sudden get drastically cold, and we would have like a foot or so of snow and everything. We always wanted it, especially right before school, time to go back to school. We go, let it snow. Sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't. Sometimes it snowed after. We'd be like in school for 2 days, and then it would snow, and then we'd be out for another week. So I was like, yay, snow days. No, third grade, it snowed. So that was 70, and it must have been 78. Oh, I was thinking it would snow in 78. Well, that had to be 78 then. Kindergarten, first, second, third. So 75, 6, 7, 70, yeah, 77, 78. Yeah. Well, whatever. Anyway, I remember we were out of school, and the private school I went to, we would make up our snow days on Saturdays. And I'll never forget, her name was Miss Warner. And she told all the kids, if the ones that made A's and B's in the class, they didn't have to come to school on Saturday. to make up that snow day, but everybody else did. So it was only like 10 of us. I mean, 10, 15 of us that were there, 12 or so. The rest of the class didn't come. So, it made us feel like, well, like we were dummies or something other. I had a C in English. And it was a C in English and C in science or something other. But, I was B, C, A student and everything. So I had asked if I had to go, and she goes, yeah. I said, well, that's not fair. I have A, B, and C. so, so, um, okay. So some of my classmates did ride the bus. I was trying to remember. Was it before or after? So I think it was after school because we only went a half day. And we got on the bus, and my mom was asking me, where are the rest of the kids from your class? Because she could see us walking in. I said, oh, the teacher said if you made A's and B's, you didn't have to come today. My mom was so mad. She got off that bus. She walked into the school's office, and she slammed oh, forget. She slammed her hand down, and she goes, what's this? No, because the principal and assistant principal and all didn't know what was going on, didn't know she even said that. And they were like, we had no idea. So, needless to say, I think when we came, she may have finished out the rest of the year, but she never came back. So, she got a good talking to, but I'm like, don't expect the kids to lie for you, you know. But I guess she didn't think any of the kids would say anything. I don't know. But yeah, my mom was mad as fire. Because anyway, and that wasn't right. They were all everybody was supposed to be in class that day to make up for that snow day. And it wasn't. We had like 3 Saturdays we had to go to school to make up snow days. Now they just tack it on to the end of the year. So I'm just like, I don't like that. I didn't like the going on Saturday, and I don't like the putting at the end of the year either. That's not right. They should and then back then, excuse me, I think they should have, put into the schedule if it snowed. If it didn't snow, you didn't have to cancel school. You had those extra days. Now they do. Here they do. They actually put into the calendar snow days in case something happens and all. Now, Anastasia going to school online. The snow doesn't affect that. The only thing that affects that is if the teachers that do her classes don't have internet. So sometimes we're like, no internet. No. But then that's bad because then they can record and then upload that, and then the kids still have to watch the recording. So, 6th grade is a little different than kindergarten through 5th. It's like, oh my goodness. How many nights have you gone on, Nancy? Oh, that's a good question. I love when my days are running together. I have to go back and look. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, so songs. What day was that? See, and this is why I put the date into the live and everything, because That way I could keep track. So that's Saturday. That was Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. La 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 la. Because I know that with this care, my apple tree will still be there. The Lord is good to me. All right, so let's see here. I started this one. The Lord is good to me. Because I know that with this care, my apple tree will still be there. The Lord is good to me. The Lord is good to me. All right, let's see here. That was December 8th on that one. December 6th. And go to the calendar. December 6th. 8th. So I think I started the 8th. Is that when I started it? And that's the little song that me and Anastasia sings. With a fun California. Weather conditions for winters. Conditions are rain with a temperature of 48 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the north at 7 miles per hour and the current humidity is 98%. Hey, Darlene, how you doing? Happy New Year. We're trying to figure out how many days I've been going, so that's December 9th. So December 8th is when I started. Yeah, December 8th. So December 8th. 1, 2, 1, 2, going 3 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 22 days. So yeah, my days are running together. But that's all right. We're getting close. I mean, as long as people do not, please. All right, we found. Don't delete your watch history, because if you're helping people with their channels, or you doing your own playlist and everything, and you delete history, that's why the hours go away. Um, so I don't know how that information got out there, but don't delete your watch history, because that deletes hours from your own channel and it deletes hours from people you're helping. I'm kind of somewhat used to it, but once we get the hours and everything, we'll go back to just my um regular Monday, Wednesday, Saturday on I Treasure Home, and Friday nights, because I still do Friday nights from Cooking Dairy Free and Alpha Gall, because it's the cooking channel, and I don't want to drop that either. So that's why I've been doing videos and lives and everything. So I had a video come out today on cooking dairy free. And then I have made a video for our treasure home, and that's going to start the 2nd. I'll have that on Friday night. So I'm in, still cooking and everything, and make videos. Just sitting here, make the videos. Then you put it all together, because if you do it in sections, you gotta have an app where you can put it all together. Then you go and add whatever things you want to, like your intro, your outro, all that stuff. And then you load it up to your channel, and then you go on your computer or your laptop and do all that editing and everything. So it's, it does take some time. Oh, some people, all right, so it used to, you could have your watch history off, but you would have to go. Oh, so, all right, so like if you go up on your thing that says history and you said view all, it gives you the options there, but it's more like in your studio. Then on the phone it's different. Well, no, not really. If you're on your history and you click on the 3 dots, that's where it gives you that option. And I mean, if you cleared the history, you just took away hours and hours and hours of your own hours. And then if you were helping people, their hours too. That was a test that I did with somebody else. And sure enough, that's what was happening. That's why my hours kept going, because I had the 3,000 hours to get partially monetized. And they said, oh, it won't take long to get to 4K. And then by December of last year, I only had 6 hours. It was only 6 hours. That's because people were going back and deleting their watch history. So I had to build everything back up, and it slowly by slowly, and everything. And then a couple of months ago, we were doing things, and I was like, wait a minute. So something's not right, because if they go by the year anniversaries, year to date anniversary, whatever, and they drop something, I could see an hour here, 10 minutes there, or whatever. If it's a day by day thing, not a hunk of 20 hours, 50 hours, 100 hours, and like, yeah, don't do it. So we Googled it, and then we asked AI, and that's what it said, and that's what I put in my post. And poor MK, oh my goodness, not poor MK, MK, my heart went out to her, because she goes, oh my gosh, I've been clearing the history. She goes, I won't clear. And once she stopped clearing her history out, my hours started to grow. Hey, Musgrave family. I was at it and waited for a few weeks, and then went down before I applied. Yeah, that's why you went down, because people were clearing their history. Because they took it won't even, if you clear your history, it takes away the hours that people have watched for you. And was it Google AI? Was it Google or one of the others? Even YouTube at one time has said, and their AI, that little story thing, they said, if people delete their hours, then if they go back and watch it, they may or may not credit those hours back. So it's like, don't delete your history or anything. Now, I had my history turned off, and this is how I knew they switched things up and everything. When I made the cooking channel and everything, I still had the option to turn that off. So I made the cooking channel. Oh, back here. Let's see. I actually go back to videos. I uploaded the first video. All right, 6 months ago. So June 3rd, I uploaded the first video on the cooking channel. At that time, you had the option to have your history on or history off. So that's what I had the history off because, and I was still, watching other people's channels and everything for watch hours. And about 3.5 months ago, I went to my cooking channel and it kept giving me this, to turn your history on. I'm like, I don't want to turn my history on. How did we meet? We met, if it was Gail, well, no, it was through one of the collabs. I don't think it was Mountain Grandma. If it was, I can't remember if it was Fall Fest of last year or the year before. I can find out in a minute. So, but it kept asking me to turn the history on, and I was like, no, I want to keep it off. So I clicked on to keep it off. So when I went to the YouTube, it was blank. Your homepage, the whole thing was nothing. It didn't show channels I was subscribed to. It didn't show no suggestion channels or nothing. And I was like, you're kidding me. Yes, that's what it was. Kettle Kitchen. Noodle November. No, Noodle November. No, the garden. The seed swap, I think, is what it was, or something like that. Uh, yeah, but the seed swap, I think, is what it was. So I was like, "Are you kidding me?" They changed it. So I went back and turned the history on. When I turned the history on, on the home page, everything showed up. Channels I was subscribed to, channels that they suggest to you to watch or whatever because you've looked at something and then they think you want to keep seeing the same thing over again and everything. So I was like, well, you can't have history off either because then you'll see nothing on your homepage. It's like, you were kidding me. That was 2 years ago. Yeah. All right, so let's see here. Let's see here. Garden Club. All right. Did you do the Ultimate Cookie Club, Cookie Collab in 2023? Because I know we did the Garden Tour Club in 24. Yeah, because on the 7th of November of 2023, you and I did a cookie. It was in that cookie collab. I know. Some people I remember how we met. Some people I don't. It'll be 3 in April. Okay. Yeah. It's been a while. It's just because everybody, we get so used to seeing everybody each day. It's like, wait a minute. It just seems like yesterday was, we just met or whatever. But I mean, that's how, everybody's friends for a long time. It's like, when did we, how did, now some people I know how I met. So many clowns, I can't remember them all. I know. I know. I tell you. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then, yeah, so don't clear your history and you can't turn your history off anymore. Because, all right, so 3 or 4 years ago, you could have your history off and you could watch somebody's channel for watch hours and everything, and then watch the video over and over again because they were talking about not the red line that goes across. But now, even though the red line's there, you can still watch a video over and over again because that kind of like it counts, but then you can still watch that same video again. I don't know how they've done it differently. So now they probably understand that people are watching to help people with things. They know these goals that these marks and the milestones and everything they made for everybody. So they know people are going to help each other. So, but yeah, you can't turn your history off. I've, excuse me, done that little experiment and they changed it. I was like, okay, dokie then. But then, anyway, a good thing to have your history on. If you watch something, it's like instead of saving it to a watch later list or making another playlist and making it private, you could go back through your history and find it, and then like, oh yeah, I want to save this. If you didn't get a chance to save it, you can go back through your watch history and um, yeah, and then find it again. I did that with Anastasia tonight. There are some shows. Oh my goodness, Baskin. I want to say Baskin. The people who made Frosty the Snowman and Santa Claus is Coming to Town and Rudolph and all them, they made a lot of stuff. And one of them was let's see here. It's a 1972 a Christmas tree, and it's to a boy and a girl, and they come across Mr. Charles Dickens, and they ask him to tell them about when he was a little boy and everything, and he's telling them the story and everything, but you don't know that they've gone to sleep and it's on them in their dream and everything until you wake up. But they had to go find um, get the spirit of Christmas again. They had to go visit the Jack and the Beanstalk giant, and then he didn't have it because the evil magician stole it from him, and they had to go get it from him. And as the boy had got it, he was throwing it to his sister. It hit the star, and the thing broke open, and the spirit of Christmas went everywhere, and even the evil magician became nice and had the spirit of Christmas. So she loved that. Then I found Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's a 19. It was 1979, and I found a 1981. The one that I think was 79 was the with the golden harmonica. So we watched part of that, and then I was showing her that I want to say Baskin Rains, but that's not it. Anyway, they was at the very beginning was showing them all the different stories that they did and everything. And one thing I found out that was interesting, I'm gonna get the name right. I know I saved it, but Rankin Bass collection. Rankin Bass, all that was produced in Japan. And I was like, that is so cool. And they had a video. No, I saved the video, but because it was like they went behind the scenes and they were showing how they did all that stuff by hand back then. And you remember when? All right, so if someone's raving like this, each move is a move, as a because the clay figure people and everything, you don't do it like animation kind of like thing or drawings. The clay figure, everything was. They had to take a picture, move the hand, 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 take the picture, move the hand, and then they put it together, and that's how they got all that done. I've seen documentaries about that, but a friend of mine at school or something, we were going to do something, and we started doing it, and we looked at each other like, oh my goodness, no wonder it takes them so long to make things like that. It's like, yeah, it does. Because each, you got, move, take a picture, move, take a picture, move, take a picture. So when it goes, put all the pictures together, the people are moving around and doing the things, they're supposed to be doing and all. So I thought that was pretty cool. And look how far now we've come from that. That is like 60. So the 19, so 65, 75, 85, 95, 2005, 2015, 2025. That's 60 years ago. So, and they thought that was the coolest thing back then for them to do all that stuff. And then I keep seeing this thing on, I watched the making of Bambi, all the drawings and overlays. Yes, I'm telling you, that's like, yeah, that. And here, it's a 90, maybe a 90-minute movie, but it took them years to make that. Like, man. And the same thing with Mary Poppins. Um, the the second Mary Poppins, we have seen some of the behind the scenes because they have that on YouTube. And oh, they're up like when they're dancing or something. They're like on the ropes and everything, so they're up in the air. Like the swimming scene or in the ocean, whatever. Actually, they're up like on the ropes or the vest and everything, and they're pulling them up by the ropes and everything. Like, good for them. Snow White's the same. Yeah, Snow White and Cinderella. See, Bambi, Snow White, Cinderella. Sleeping Beauty. That's another one. Back then. And we had the girl. No, she didn't. We had a guy that was in our school. He was only there for like a month or so, but he could draw like that. He would take and have a notebook like this, with the pages could just flip through. And each page he would draw and everything, and then you flip it through, and the person was actually walking upstairs and everything else. So I'm like, man, you need to be in Hollywood. Don't remember his name because he wasn't there when the pictures for the yearbook was taken. So yeah, because me and the other girl on the yearbook staff. So he was only there like a month, so he wasn't in our senior yearbook. But yeah, her name was Tori. But we told him he had a really good talent. He needed to go do something with that. I don't know what happened. A 36-inch yard on the side flat. Wow. One side flat. Yeah, they did. I don't know why this not like this. I talking about healthy goals and everything. I know why this finger is the ring finger is swollen and everything. I went back looking at what I was eating. And I have it here so I can write it down. Let's see here. Tonight is the 31st. I did have tacos, but I did not have beef. I had a beefless tacos. Let's see. All right. So I went back looking. Dinner was noodles and rice on the 14th. And then there was chicken. It's not the rice. Oh, that was that was a Sunday. No. So we'll pull up the calendar. So that's, to me, is why writing things, especially if you're trying to track what you're eating and what's causing different issues and everything, it's helpful. So the 14th was a Sunday, and I had noodles and rice, which was mac and cheese, just noodles with cheese on top of it. So, and then I had rice. The 15th was a Monday. They fixed the honey sauce with chicken. Now, I'm going to have to start asking if they're putting hot sauce in that honey sauce. Because it wasn't bothering me, and all of a sudden it is. So I know if, like, all the hot sauces are made with peppers and everything. And so that was the 15th, which was a Monday. Then Tuesday was chicken legs, potatoes, and corn. And I don't think I had a snack. Then that Wednesday was a bowl of, that says chili crackers and FFO, French's fried onions. So I had chili. So that was beef. That's a no-no. That was the 18th. The 19th was a chicken noodle soup, and I start itching. Well, I know he puts paprika and all that in there. So that's a iffy thing, because they make a big pot of it, and I'm not one that likes to waste food or anything. So I'm just like, but I did note that I was itching after I ate it. So, but I don't know if it's the spices or if it could be the noodles, because I had noodles. And then December 20th, I had hot dogs. I got turkey hot dogs. So we had hot dogs. And then we had leftovers for the chicken noodle soup and everything. And then the 21st, which was a Sunday, I had 2 turkey burgers, cheese on one, and I had some beets. So I want to go back a bit further. All right. So back on December 3rd, which is a Wednesday, we had some pot stickers. And it was supposed to be vegetable pot stickers, but the filling did not look like vegetable. It looked like mush. It looked like pork mush or something other. I don't know. But I was itching, so I had wrote that down. December 4th, I tried wonton soup. Nope. That's a nope. And then December 5th, which was a Friday, I had a salad for dinner. And then, I don't write that down. Oh well. The 6th, I had a salad for dinner. The 7th was chicken nuggets. So it's Tyson's chicken nuggets. I already know. I can't have those. How and when for the clap? All right, hold on. Let me see. What did I miss? For measuring fabric. A 30 is 36-inch a yard for one side flat. Yes, 36 inches is 1 yard for one side. So then you would have to have the same thing for the other side. You measure fabric. Okay. How and when for the clap. All right, so I'm gonna make a video tomorrow. It's gonna be an open collab. But I'll make it tomorrow and I'll upload it tomorrow evening. For the sewing collab, it's for projects that you want to do but you haven't gotten done. And it's you make it by January 31st. So it could like the jumper that Heather's doing, the shirt I've been wanting to sew for myself. And then it was like, because you said on Gales, no, it's been that one. So it's projects you want to make for yourself that you have never not done, you've put off, and you got till January 31st to make it. Because that's a goal you set. We're not going to put it off anymore. We're going to do it. So I'll make that video for tomorrow. I'll make it tomorrow and then upload it tomorrow night. All right, so then on the 9th, I had meatless tacos. But Monday was the noodle dish with veggies. All right, that's not those are like ramen noodles. I know that, yeah, there's people interested. So for a bolt of quilting cotton, it would be 36 by 43 or 45, depending on what brand. Yeah. Yeah, for clothes, when it says like 2.5 yards, that's accounting for, like, it's a shirt, for the front of the shirt, for the back of the shirt, for the sleeves, for the trims, or whatever else is supposed to come along, whatever you're supposed to be cutting. That's why I was like, the easy peasy ones are fine with me. So the 9th, I had meatless tacos, and the 10th was a chicken bake. Yeah, and I said itching and burning. So whatever. Oh, they were making Parmesan chicken. I think that's what it was. Then the 11th was the chicken noodle soup, and then the 12th was I had turkey taco because I knew better. And then the 13th was hot dogs. The 13th was a Saturday. And then, yeah, back to the 14th. So the 15th was chicken and rice. The 17th was chicken, legs, potatoes, and corn. The 18th was a bowl of chili. The 19th was chicken noodle soup. The 20th was the chicken noodle soup again. The 21st, I had the 2 turkey hamburgers. The 22nd, we ate Chinese food, and I know that doesn't bother me. And then the 23rd was the gumbo. And I took a couple of bites. I ate what I could. Oh my goodness. It was spicy. It was really spicy. Let's see, the 24th. Oh, we got more fireworks. Yay! Gumbo. And then the 25th was Christmas. So chicken and green bean casserole, sweet potato casserole, potatoes and mac and cheese. So I know, I think I'm glutton for punishment. What do y'all think? See, we're confused on measuring part. I know. I apologize. I know. Alright, let's see. Alright, so on this pattern, if I do F, it calls for 2.5 yards. So Thursday night, I'll be pulling this out and we'll be looking at the pattern and I'll be cutting it out. Are there savages on the side? I say, I don't know. See, that part starts to confuse me and I'm like, I don't understand what that means. And then I'll put it down. But yeah, Thursday night, we'll pull this out and everything. And we'll look at what pattern I need to cut out and everything. And I'll have stuff off my table and everything and have the computer over at an angle that way so that everybody can see the table and see what I'm doing and everything. Heather, let me know if you want to come up on panel one night and I'll do the Restream or StreamYard well, I can't do StreamYard because I don't have enough hours on it. We can do Restream and then the little label strip. It says Notions thread, one package of a thread, then one package of 4th wide elastic, one package of a half wide single fold bias tape, and then look for Simplicity Notions and Rights trim. Well, the elastic I have, I don't think I have a bias. Which I understand that part is the elastic is in the middle. So the elastic, it would be right here where the elastic goes. So, because that says fabric and then it says Notions. The finished garment measurements include design and wearing ease, all views bust. So, a 2.5, no matter what size. So, top size 49, 51, 53, 55, 57 is all 2.5. And I'm thick through the shoulders and I have weight on. And yes, I know I'm overweight. So whoever's watching, keep your comments to yourself. We had somebody in there who was rude and everything one night. Gone. I know what my body type is and I know why it's that way. I'm good. We're working on it. Most of my favorite was from someone else. Yeah. I know. So that's why I write stuff down because I can go back and look and see, okay, this is going on. What have I been eating? How long have I? So yeah. And then it takes me, so for this to go down, I'll have to not eat potatoes and all for 2 weeks at least. And you're fine. Tonight now was one thing. I've already wrote that down. So I think tomorrow's dinner is the chicken noodle dish. That's what they said. Or soup. That's like chicken noodle soup. So, and like I said, I don't think it's It could be the noodles also, but they have the protein noodles that they get and everything. Um, so I have no problems with the rice. It could be noodles. Okay, just a single sheet of fabric. Another stretch. Okay. Yeah, I know. That's the way mine is. It can be a single sheet. Okay. Yeah, once we cut the pattern out, that helps better. Because sometimes, so like when I did the skirt for Anastasia, it was just one, but you folded the fabric over and cut that out. And that was for the front and back of the skirt. And then I had this strip and that strip, and I was like, forget it. So what I did, remember those wraparound skirts that we used to have in the 70s? It's like, okay, so what I could do, and that's what I did. I just took some of the elastic band stuff I have, and I made folded over and just made long strips and everything. So when she wrapped it around, she just took those straps and just pulled it tight and everything. So I need to make a slit in it so the strap part would go through that and everything. She goes, no, I like it just like it is. And she took it out of my hand. I was like, oh my goodness gracious. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? I said, I can fix it. No, it's okay. I want it just like that. She's using it for her stuffies. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. You use it for your stuffies. So most everything I've been making is been for her stuffies and everything. So, oh my goodness. You believe 10 more minutes, y'all. 10 more minutes. And we'll be into a new year. Um, like I said the other night, I never thought we'd be in 2026. Growing up, that's so far out in the future. Oh, by that time we had George Jetson's type of cars and everything. Sometimes the instructions on the pattern. Oh yeah, 3 hours for you. We can help with this place we get stuck. Yeah. Sometimes the instructions on the pattern show how to fold the fabric. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, still 3 hours from you. A pattern placement for cutting. Yeah. Yeah, Heather is 3 hours behind us. So we get midnight, 10 minutes to midnight here. It's like 10 minutes to 9 there. So it's like, oh my goodness. And then you got people who are an hour behind us, and then 2 hours behind us, and then there's Heather, and then on it goes. But that's all right. They just get to ring in the new year twice with us Eastern time people and then their time. You know? Oh goodness. I don't even think I would not have thought as cold as it is here that people be outside with fireworks. And I was just hoping to figure out what fabric of mine would be with a yard. With a yard. Yeah. I don't know if that was fireworks or not. I think there's a mix out there between fireworks and the pew pew going off, which is normal when it's like New Year's and 4th of July or Labor Day or Memorial Day. We will be in 26. I know. I'm quite sure people, when the 1960s came around and all that. Can you believe it's 1960 or 1961 and this year? And people who were born in the 1900s and 10s and 20s were like, can you believe it's this year already? I'm quite sure they thought the same thing. Because, it was like, because that's what they want. I know. They did tell us that the salvages are the length it has salvages on. Okay. I think I understand what that is. But my thing, it was about the darts and so you have so here's your pattern. So here's your pattern, but then it has like a little triangle thing right there. And they say you cut the darts there. I was like, what a darts? I do different holidays and text on the phone. They have fireworks to New Year and balloons for B-Day. But nothing on the rest, I know. I saw like Snoopy. I always find Snoopy dancing or something or another. So, oh my goodness. All right, so this is 3 months. Okay. I'm going to try to see. So that's the share screen. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to try to share this. I'm going to work on it here in a minute and share this screen so y'all can see darts help line the piece to the next piece up. Okay. That's good. That's good to know because now I know. Now I know. Because I would be like, and you like some of the people you watch, they're like, they're going this, and that. And it's like, beginning people here, we don't know all the jargon just yet. All right, let me see if I can get this to work. I'll share this. Okay. So it keeps me going back to the song. So let me see here. Time I have on my phone. The same time on the computer. All right, so I will hit this in a few minutes. 3 minutes and counting. Oh, I hope this works. If this works, that'd be pretty cool. Because that'll probably take me a minute to get upstairs. And everything. Oh my goodness. I'm definitely going to be, well, tomorrow night is Thursday. Tomorrow night, we'll take the pattern out and everything, and we'll look at the pattern and cut it up. Cut it out. So we can see what it looks like. All right, I am going to start the song. I don't know if it's
In a kitchen filled with love and care, Grandma Nancy's always there. With a heart so warm and hands so wise, she sees the world through Anastasia's eyes, baking treats her special way, keeping allergies at bay. No dairy here, just love instead, so her grandbaby's healthy, full and fed. Rolling dough and mixing bowls, creating meals that soothe the soul. She whispers prayers with every dish for Anastasia's every wish. No cream, no butter, but plenty of heart. Healthy living's where we start. Jesus shows the way to give through love and food. It's how we live. From the oven home to the family smile, she goes the extra mile. Her life's a song, her love's a prayer. With every moment, God is there. From the oven's glow to the family smile, she goes the extra mile. Her life's a song, her love's a prayer. With every moment, God is there. Grandma Nancy's love shines bright, guided by her faith, her life, teaching others recipes with care, sharing God's love everywhere. A friend to all, a heart so kind. In her blessing, she's truly defined. Grandma Nancy, forever blessed. In her love we find our rest. Through food, through faith, she lights the way. In Jesus' name, she lives each day.
Happy New Year, everybody! Woohoo! So, I hope y'all enjoy that. Joy from Smoky Mountain Bluff, she made that for me and Anastasia. So I was like, oh, she goes, why don't you have a video playing or something playing while you go upstairs and, ring in the New Year with Anastasia. So I was like, oh, I'll play the song that you made me. She goes, that's a great idea. So, because I don't play it that much or anything, so I figure that'd be something cute to sit there and let y'all see and everything. Now that's the gun. Oh, the poo-poo going off. You go pop, 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 pop. Yeah. My lipstick came off. It's on my coffee mug. And then goes another one. So they're going to try to see who can outdo each one. Oh, goodness. Thank you, Miss Carla. Alrighty. Yeah, they all having a fun time out there. We just stay inside. And make sure we're safe and sound. Oh. So, yeah, these turkey sausage balls are really good. We're going to go in the kitchen and grab a cane Alrighty. Alright, so there we go. Alright, now this, I have a video. This is one of the videos coming out Friday. Treasure Home. This is warm. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug it. It's really cool. That's hot. Unplug that, let that cool. And then I gotta go get some. Oh, I have a jar over here. Yep, this one I want to use. Y'all might hear it now that I'm in the kitchen. Oh my goodness. Alright, I got this. And let me go, I'm gonna go get a chair, but okay, whatever. This is the rest of my my tomatoes and banana peppers. It got put in the back of the fridge. It was all frozen. And yeah, I still can't get I haven't been able to. Oh, now I can't. Oh, my son loosened it for me. Good deal. Woo! You talking about strong? Oh my goodness. Yeah. That'll be sitting right there. Let me go get the chair. Then I got it. So I'm still gotta get stuff because I didn't have any of that prepared at all. Yeah, castor oil, neem oil. Put that there. Put that there. I want to have some nice smelly things. Alrighty, and I gotta go get that as a bowl. Alrighty. Heather, we'll stay up I'll stay up long enough so you can we're bringing the new year with you too. So there you go. We'll do it twice. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and click off the song. There you go. I'm so glad that worked because I was kind of like, oh goodness, I hope this works and everything. All right, before I do start with that healthy eating. Now, this ain't organic bread, but I did put the flaxseed on my bread. And instead of being in the bread, because I forgot when I was making the dough and everything, to add it in. So what I did was I just covered it with like 2 tablespoons of flaxseed. And so then when it rose, I kneaded it again and everything. And all I did this time when I rolled it out like this, as long as I wanted it, and then just put it on a cookie sheet, covered it, let it rise again, and let it be a loaf like this instead of in the pan. I mean, there's some on the inside, but it looks like this on the outside. There it goes. So, and flaxseed is a good source of fiber. So if you need fiber in your diet, Annette Reeder from the Biblical Nutritionist, she suggests 2 tablespoons of flaxseed a day. She goes, even the bag says that. She goes, you can do that. She goes, some of it says 3, but it's up to you. I usually try to do 2 tablespoons in my bread, or if I have oatmeal, I'll do 2 tablespoons. And I'll need to put that on the grocery list for next week. And if you want to play a really, I guess it would be a mean joke. Here's a flaxseed seed. Far away, it doesn't look like a flaxseed seed. Omega-3 is a good source, yes it is. Now I can put this in the fridge. And we do use the Bob's Red Mill. Oh my goodness gracious. And my phone's over there. I am trying to, I see the name that I have affiliate with, but oh my goodness. It's not Bob's Red Mill either. Let me go get my phone. Because if I don't say it, I won't remember. I mean, I will remember, but it'll be later on after the light. And I go, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. All right. All right. Go here, here to here, and my email. La, 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 la. Oh my goodness. King Arthur Baking. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm an affiliate with. So, we're talking about. Yeah, I guess I should keep the phone on with me so I can see how many steps I made. I just don't like having it in my pocket because they can say what they want to say. You know, your phone does give off some kind of radiation, so I think that's something that messes with joints. That's my theory and that's my opinion, but that's what I think. All right, so King Arthur Baking. Since I've done that with my Mary Maxim and my Yarn Inspirations, I've gone through my own affiliate link and, you know, maybe 20 cents here and 20 cents there, but it's still, you know, I can use my own affiliate link. So we're talking about flour and everything. Now, I do have the Bob's Red Mill bread flour, and then that's that Montana born and bread. So that's kind of like, it's not like the flour you get in the store. That Montana is I guess it's not organic. It's right over there. I ain't gonna get it. But the Bob's Red Mill flaxseed is what we get. And I keep it in the fridge because that helps keeps it longer than anything. And that says serving size 2 tablespoons per serving size. So that's what I try to use all the times. And it gives a recipe: everything crackers, 2 cups of Bob Red Mill flaxseed, a half teaspoon of salt, a fourth a teaspoon of garlic powder, a fourth a teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of poppy seeds divided, 1 teaspoon of poppy seeds divided, 2 teaspoons of sesame seeds divided, 1 cup of water, and 1 teaspoon of garlic or onion flakes optional. And then it's preheat at 400, line baking sheet with parchment paper and set aside. In a large bowl, combine flaxseed meal, salt, garlic, and onion powders, a half a teaspoon of poppy seeds, and 1 teaspoon of sesame seeds. Add water and mix until everything evenly blended dough forms. Then spread on prepared baking sheet and flatten to 1/8 of an inch thickness. Cut into 1.5-inch squares, then sprinkle with remaining seeds or garlic or onion flakes if using. It's eating the meal and one for a giveaway. I know. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that would be so cool. It says then bake until crisp and edges are brown, 25 to 30 minutes. Let cool before dividing and serving. So they tell you how to make these, make the other crackers. So it says it makes about 40 crackers. So I am going to start I want to start doing that instead of buying the stuff that's in the store and everything. And because it says 2 cups of 2 cups of flaxseed, so 2 tablespoons. So we have this nice little handy dandy chart. So we got this chart and we have this chart. So we're going to sit there and see. I say how many. 16 tablespoons equals 1 cup. And this calls for 2 cups. So that'd be 32 tablespoons. Yep. 32 tablespoons equals 16 ounces. And 16 ounces is 32 tablespoons or 2 cups, 455 grams or 1 pound. So that's 32 tablespoons for a cup, or 455 grams if you use grams. So, yeah. And then if you use, so 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces or 237 milliliters, 16 tablespoons or 48 teaspoons. That's 1 cup. So you would have to double all that to sit there. So, there we go. All right, so let me see here.
Even like this, which does not hurt to me.
right, just making some notes. So, yeah, that's one goal for me is to make some side money to save for a meal. Yeah, exactly. Because, like I was talking about, God gives us different talents and everything. And sometimes we've had people say, "Oh, you can't do that. Oh, what you want to do that for?" And then you feel like you're inadequate when you try to bring it up again, or But then you'll have people like, "You can do what? Really? Well, how do you been doing that?" And then you don't know how to answer because it's like, well, I've tried and it didn't work out, or you've had people talk you out of it. Families like that. But yeah, that's like we were talking about the scarves and everything. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Because every time I am going to use some of those scarves in the giveaway once I get to the 4K. So that will be some things that I want to do, plus some other things I'm going to make and everything. So, one thing I want to do is make a sugar scrub for when I go to bed at night. And I'll say, "Oh, I'll do it." Then it gets late and like, "Oh, I don't feel like doing it." Things, and that's that talking yourself out of doing things. And I'm not going to use a lot because this needs to be on the grocery list next week. I don't need a lot right now anyway. Alright, so we got that right there. And I do have magnesium flakes. You can use I'll think of it in a minute. Some magnesium stuff that you soak in the bath with. Oh my goodness gracious. I see it. I see the word. I can't think of it. Because we got some upstairs. Now, her name is let me find it and then I can tell you. Because I'm just like, yeah. She's on Instagram, but they have a website. That's your mind going a mile a minute, fast, because you want to get all the information you're thinking about out, so everybody would have it and everything, and then you miss something, and you go back and you think, "Oh man, I should have said that there and that there." It's like, well, you just say it next time, and then you forget next time, but that's all right. Let me see. Let me go back this way. Oh my goodness. I see her face. I don't know why the name's not coming to me. As I say, it's information overload. Because once I see her, I'll know who it is. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right. That's me." Oh, let's see here. I didn't think it was that far down. Oh, come on. Oh, here it is. It is Crowded Table Farms, and she had cancer and she beat it. And they have a website. It's crowdedtablefarms.myshopify.com. And then that's the one I was looking for. Let's see if I can find it. Detox bath. A detox bath. So I'm a screenshot so that oh come on. And it goes by fast and then you try to screenshot it so I can read it. All right, this one. 2, 3. All right. All right, so I can't. All right, so let me go back here to here. Okay, detox baths do wonders for your body. They are health supporting as well beneficial for eliminating toxins from the body from sickness, heavy metals, and help with discomfort from immunizations in children and any sickness or irritability. So she gives a recipe for the kids. I'll go back and put that in the post. Adult detox immune boosting bath base is 2 cups of Epsom salts, 1 cup of baking soda, 10 to 20 drops of essential oils. So additional add-ins is 1 cup of apple cider vinegar, half a cup of bentonite clay, 2 tablespoons of vitamin C powder, 1 cup of magnesium flakes. Add to a very warm bath, soak at least 15 to 20 minutes. Rinse off with clean water before drying. And she says she does it twice a week, at least. Detox bath adults. 1 to 2 cups of Epsom salt. Or magnesium bath flakes, or a combo of both. Half to 1 cup of baking soda, half a cup of apple cider vinegar, and then the add-ins would be a half a cup of bentonite clay, 2 tablespoons of vitamin C powder, and then the 10 to 20 drops of essential oils. So, and I showed Anastasia that. She was so interested. I said, I have most of the stuff to make that because Anastasia still loves taking baths. I was like, you know what? It'd be worth it if it took me a long time just to get out of the bathtub, just to make that and sit in the tub and soak. Be careful, but yeah, drains can clog. Yeah, we found that a long time ago. So I didn't use the bentonite clay on the bath anymore. But yeah, we have the Epsom salt, and it's lavender and eucalyptus or something like that blend. Dr. T's, that's what it is that we get and everything. I like his a lot too, but I do have the magnesium flakes over there to make my own magnesium spray, which I have made. It was supposed to be like a cream or a rub to put on it, and it's separated. So I was like, I gotta fix that. See, that's another goal I'm doing. Stop putting stuff off that needs to be fixed. On that note, the candle that day showing I'm making candles. Well, yeah, I did that, but then I pedaled in the middle. And so now we're going to do this one night on the live, fixing the candle, because it's been sitting there for, a month or so like that because, talk myself out of this and, everybody be too loud. I'm live and they're loud. That doesn't matter. So I gotta stop talking myself out of things. Alright, so we have, I'm gonna make a sugar rub. So wash my face. So we have that. We have this mermaid. Oh my goodness, that thing smells so good. I want to say it's not a powdery scent, but kind of like that. I'll get everything that's in there in a minute. But we have frankincense, and then here's the holiday stuffed ones that I have that I made. We've got. See, this was what I was talking about the other day. We talked about having stuff on the wood stove. This is the forest pine. That's the Christmas wreath. Then we have gingerbread. Pumpkin pie. Brown sugar. And harvest spice. So we have those, and then these are. Let me sit back down. Hey, all the fireworks and the pew pews have stopped. So lemongrass. Bergamot, eucalyptus, lavender, peppermint, vanilla, lang lang, citronella, and sandalwood. Now, when I worked in the mall, I worked for Ingalls Nook. She had stuff. She would mark it down to get rid of it. But first, she would ask me if I wanted it. Sometimes she just gave it to me because she would just mark it as a loss because it was just taking up room and everything. But these were these ceramic rings you could set on top of your light bulb, in your lamp, on top of the light bulb. And you could put the essential oils on that and everything. And it would heat it up and make your house and your room smell good and everything. I would just get the sandalwood all the time because that smelled so good. Yeah. Thank you. I have more of this. I also have basil over there, and I've got in that drawers, basil. I think it's something else. And then we got more over there. I've got other holidays. I got the ones that smell like different coffees and everything. But I'm like, I'll use those another time. But this is for to wash my face once a week with a sugar scrub to get all the dead skin and everything off, because I think that will help also with my arm here, because all I'm doing is washing it to keep it clean. And so I think, doing a scrub to help with all the dead skin around my eyes and everything, plus changing up what I eat. Ooh, that one has picked up. Okie dokie. Our lights were flickering earlier, like an hour before we go on live. I'm like, oh no. Like, oh goodness, they're flickering. So far so good. So now I want to do, kind of like just depends, if you're going to do it in the morning, if you do it at night. I want to do it at night. So nighttime, you think of more like relaxing and calming, different herbs or essential oils and everything, which is like lavender, frankincense. In my research is they use it a lot for anti-aging. So they say that's what that's good for, but it's also good for other things. Frankincense. Not Frankenstein. Frankincense. And I have books I could go get and read. Let's see. Aromatherapy is good for peace, relaxing, focus, combat stress and anxiety. Skincare when diluted properly with a carrier oil. Rejuvenates the skin, reduces the appearance of blemishes, scars, and wrinkles, and maintaining healthy skin tone. Now, see, growing up, nobody ever taught me that. My sister used Noxzema all the time, and she got mad at me because I used it one time. Of course, the smell of Noxzema. That's so really, it's a strong smell, but it's not overpowering. And oh boy, I never used her stuff again. But they never taught growing up, to wash your face and to do this or, once a week do a scrub or whatever and everything. It wasn't until I was like late teens and everything. It was in the magazines, like 17 magazine and everything. They talk about skincare and doing a peel and all those chemical peels and everything. I'm like, I didn't know chemical peel. I don't think so. So, and now, we're learning all this. I did not know this. Oral health. It has antibacterial properties, may aid in preventing and treating oral infections when used in mouthwash or oil pulling. Okay, so that's why it's in mouthwashes. And let's see, and respiratory health, it could help with clear film, ease coughs, and support healthy breathing during cold seasons or people with asthma. So when I don't know if it was Dr. Berg or if it was Eternal Health. They were talking about when like the cough drops and menthol cough drops, and because people are talking about there was something about you can't use menthol or it was eucalyptus and everything, that's that and the other. And well, how do you think they put it in the cough drops? Oh my gosh, 17 magazine. I love that. When I met my husband, I had 5 years of them. The little quizzes in the back and everything. So yeah, I've got it says vitality extracts. That's what I mean from. Talks about the benefits and uses of frankincense. Powerful anti-inflammatory properties, natural pain reliever, skin revitalization, safe and non-habit forming. So I'll grab the night one that I made. It has the frankincense in it, so that I have it, I made it, and I don't use it every night like I should. So that's my fault. I said wind's blowing 16 miles an hour. Okay, alrighty. Oh, this is hilarious. I gotta show y'all this. This is our map. And we got that line right on the line where that line is. That is Interstate 70. So that's why the wind is blowing. Of course, everybody else is getting more snow than we are. I don't know. We wake up in the morning, that's what we might have. Yeah, the wind's blowing really a lot. And we had snow earlier, and then we had ice on top of it. That's not a good combination. So, we are going to make this scrub. I probably should put more than that in there. Because if I had a smaller jar, it would probably be just the same amount. But they've been making coffee, so I'm not going to use... Ooh, I know what I can get. Oh, up, down, touch the ground. That's from a Disney movie, so I know I can't remember which one it was, but it was like up, down, touch the ground. Oh, I know which one it is. That's Winnie the Pooh. Talking about his getting honey and stuff. I have that saved. Anastasia. Oh, okay. So, I'll get these right here. Okay, this is part of what I was showing y'all Anastasia got for Christmas. If y'all can see them. There's that stinging scorpions. They're glad they're dead because they be dead. You want to eat one? No, I got stung by one. Why do I want to eat one? You know, we gotta sleep. Oh my goodness. Hey Janice, how you doing? Yeah, y'all be careful in that sleet. That stuff is not good. Alright, so I'm gonna, you know what? Up, down, all around. I'll just pull that back in there. There we go. And I'll use this sugar. There we go. That's a good amount. Alrighty. I'm trying not to go. Alright, I'll be right back. Oh, when your body says go, you better go. Alrighty. I was just trying to think. Do I want to put anything else in this sugar scrub besides? I don't think so. So what I'm gonna do, I like this Christmas wreath smell because it has that pine scent. No, this one don't. It says Christmas wreath. More of a berry scent. Almost like a raspberry. A mix of berries. So the ways we use diffuser, vapor, bath, massage, topical, perfume, home, and cleaning, etc. but it doesn't give. Yeah, it smells like berries more than it does pine. Mulberry. It makes me think of mulberry because mulberry is what you think of more of at the holidays. And this was forest pine, so hopefully this smells more. All right, this is pine. This is more like the pine tree smell. I like that smell. I love the smell of pine trees. I can say I can sit here and smell these all day. All right, so we're gonna put a couple of drops of this in here, and that comes out fast. All right, so we got that in there, and then we'll add some frankincense. Just it has a smell, and it doesn't have a smell. It's hard to. Hey, Christy Betts, Happy New Year! How are you doing? Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll do 10 drops. And then, see, I want that pine smell, so I don't know if I'll add anything else because no. And then you just stir it up. Very good. I probably shouldn't be using the metal end. I should probably use the other end. Whoops. I know. So what time is it what time do you have where you at, Heather? Oh my goodness, that smells so good. So I'm not going to put anything else because I like that pine smell that's in there. I don't want to shake it off the knife yet. So then you can just shake it. And I will shake it up every time you use it. So then got your sugar scrub. That you can just scrub it in. Now, at that point, you probably could add if you want to add some more essential oil or I've always just done the sugar and then whatever essential oil I wanted in there. 11:46, 9:46. Oh, sweet. And then you just rinse it off. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a sugar scrub. So, and then you just rinse it off and everything. And sometimes you go, oh, that's pretty cool. Because it will make a difference. And I'm like, okay, so I think I've showed y'all my hands or how they're wrinkly old thing. Well, my hands have always been that way ever since I was 5, 6 years old. My doctor tried to tell me I was old age. I mean, when you sit there at the table and everybody put their hands out and your sister goes, oh, you see, your hands are just like Granny. I'm like, what, old and wrinkly? My grandma at the time was in her 60s, maybe. Let's see here. She was born in 1905. So 1976. So he was 70, 75, 70. So she was 71. So I'm just like old and wrinkly like Granny. That's like, oh my goodness. Now, I had these bottles that had stuff in it as stomach. I still need to wash these. So I'm not using these tonight at all until I wash them. So while we're in the kitchen still, I'm going to show y'all what I do. Because I'm going to go get the other bottle and we're going to make something else with these. I'm going to close this up right now. But yeah, that's my sugar scrub and it smells, oh my goodness. It smells, whoops, really good. Oh, that Christmas pine smell. All right, so I'm going to take this over here. Get my measuring spoons. Yeah, because the stuff for the candle is still over there on the counter because I'm like, I just left it there because I'm gonna do it on the live. I'll do it on the live one night. Okie dokie. It goes up there for the coffee. Alright. So while I was sitting here, I need to get that. And I'll get the step stool again. Alrighty. So we need the ginger, the cloves, and that bag. I do have that. I'll get my other cinnamon. Maybe. It got pushed in the back. Take my cane, pull it forward. I need one of those grabby things. That's what I need. Don't nobody send me any one of those. I don't know. And grabby. My arms. Use my hands. Everything. It was just that it was pushed back in the thing. Cane works really well. Alright. So this is what I make to put into my coffee. To flavor my coffee. I'll use the teaspoon. So if I use a tablespoon, it will not go in here that well. It will, but it'll be all over the counter too. And try not to be not too messy tonight. So this is, we have Hershey's. People, you know, that's not a good product, this, that, and the other. Okay. Been using this for years. So I fill that halfway up with the cocoa powder. Then I take nutmeg. I'll probably put like 1/4 of a teaspoon. Sometimes I'll do half teaspoon. 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. And then ginger. I'll use the 4th one. I'll put a half a teaspoon. So 2/4 of a teaspoon. 2 of these make a half a teaspoon. And then cloves, we'll do a teaspoon of cloves. Yeah, see what I mean?
I didn't want to do it that way.
Well, how about that? 1.5 teaspoons of cloves. There we go. And plus, we're all over the counter.
I'm like, okay.
So I got this, the Himalayan chef takes brake pad often. There goes the fire department again. Well, police. Fire premium brand that includes a vast selection of salts, herbs, spices, herbs, seasoning, cooking. That's what they do. And this one's cinnamon powder. This was, when I looked it up and everything, this was the organic one. But now it doesn't say it. But I have to go back on Amazon and look. Well, that sounds no good. If I take the plastic off, it takes off all that information. That's smart, people. I don't say that. Oh. So, that's a quick fix. I get some tape. And just tape it back on there. That way, all my information is still there. Okay. Oh. I was going to blow around the edges off. I'm like, nope, don't do that. Let's see how much we can not get in this teaspoon. How about that? That's a half a teaspoon. Oh, I'll just stick it in there. So 1.5 teaspoons. Maybe a pinch more. All right. All righty. Come on. This plastic thing right here. I'm going to have to trim that off. So I'll go back on right. Right, there we go. Like, oh, why not? Oh, goodness. I forgot who said it, but who started it? The phrase, whatever. That's why I just feel like whatever. Ugh. Alright, look at that. Let's put the top on this before it falls and everything spills out. They'll sit there and they'll hear me down. Then they'll be going all of a sudden I'll go, whatever. And they're like, what's going on? It's like this sticker computer. Yeah, tape. But they put on the because this is the label. And when I was peeling the this part off, it took that part of the label off. So I was like, Well, that doesn't make sense. They should have had it perforated right here too. So when you took the plastic part off of here, it wouldn't take your whole label off, because then you wouldn't have all your information right there and your date. So I taped it back on there. This does not go here. That goes there. This goes here. That goes there. And so this is I call it when I say I put my spices in my coffee, this is what I'm talking about. It's the cocoa powder, ginger, cloves, nutmeg, and cinnamon mixed together. Just makes your coffees taste better. Something else. If you add something else, you actually, I guess really, if you keep the cocoa powder out of it, you made pumpkin spice. You make your pumpkin spice, put that in your coffee. Cardamom, that's the difference. I didn't put that in there this time. If you have cardamom, a little sneak. Yeah, that's what's if you ever have Starbucks pumpkin spice and you can't figure out the last ingredient in the spice, it's cardamom. I figured that out one day myself, because I was using cardamom and I put it in there and I'm like, that's what that tastes like. I couldn't figure out what it was. I do have some cardamom. I'll add it in later. Alrighty, so that's what I do to make my spice stuff to put in my coffee or tea. If I have tea, so I still got hot water over there, so I'll make me some more tea. All right, so about putting it back. That's just the way I was taught growing up. And I do the same thing. You put it back if you got it out. Alright. Let me go get the other essential oil things I made. Alrighty. I got me a turkey sausage bone. Happy New Year, Christy Dots! Woo! Now, I never understood why they sing for all acquaintance be forgot. All right, Miss Carla, you have a good night. Thank you. You have a wonderful night. Happy New Year and stay safe. Surprised my dogs are handling the fireworks so well. I understand. Yeah, so, should all acquaintance be forgotten and never brought to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgotten in the days of auld lang syne? For auld lang syne, my dear, for auld lang syne, we'll drink a cup of kindness yet, for the sake of auld lang syne. And surely you'll buy your cup, and surely I'll be I'll buy mine. Will take a cup of kindness yet, for the sake of auld lang syne. Will old acquaintance be forgotten? See, sorry, it maybe takes me a while, but I don't. Hey, Karma, how you doing? Oh my goodness. Oh, you got a trip in the morning? That's so cool. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm trying to stay on here as long as I can to help Heather and y'all ring in the new year. All right, Country Living says the meaning and the lyrics of Old Lang Syne. You know the drill as the New Year's Eve countdown draws to a close. The ball drops and it feels like we finish a midnight kiss next to someone inevitably blah 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 blah. And then the familiar tune Auld Lang Syne. Syne, Syne. One of the most popular New Year's songs of all time, and you sway along with your arm thrown over the shoulder of the person next to you while humming the melody, even if you don't know all the words. The lyrics derive from the 18th century Scottish poem. The ditty is about as synonymous today with the New Year's Eve as champagne cocktails and hard-to-keep resolutions. Still, that's not the only time we hear it. Its central theme, reflecting fondly of the past, makes it appropriate for graduations, funerals, and other events that, like the New Year, mark both the end and the beginning of something. The tune also pops up in the Meg Ryan movie When Harry Met Sally, several classic Christmas flicks, and more recently, I ain't saying that. Um, what does it mean? It's a Scots SCOTS phrase that literally translates to old long since, but has taken on a more fluid definition along the lines for old time's sake or the olden days. Often misclassified as an English dialect, Scots is a West Germanic Germanic yeah, German language unique to Scotland with a literary tradition that dates back to the early Middle Ages. The Auld Lang Syne song lyrics we know or pretend to know today are derived from the late 18th century poem by Scottish bard Robert Burns, 1759 to 1796. The song reflects upon old friendships that have stood the test of time. It begins with a rhetorical question: should auld acquaintance be forgot? No, of course not. We can assume the sentimental song continues. Traces of the original Scots language are still there, but today's lyrics are comparatively easy to decipher. Should old acquaintances be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintances be forgot and auld lang syne? And on it goes. In his letters, Burns indicated that he simply put to paper an old Scottish song. In 1788, he wrote to a friend about exceedingly expressive Scotch phrase, Auld Lang Syne, Syne, adding that he was enclosing the verses to an old song and tune which has often thrilled through my soul. The verses he sent are the earliest written version of the song we sing today. Later, Burns wrote to publisher George Thomas that the poem was an old song of olden times, and which has never been in print, nor even in manuscript, until I took it down from the old man singing. Burns' story of the song is a bit of a historical puzzle. It's true that the lyrics Auld Lang Syne and Should Old Acquaintance Be Forgot appear in earlier poems and songs, which Burns would have known, but those examples were not on the same theme as Burns' song. So it's debatable if they could be considered the same song sung to Burns by the old man who wrote Stephen Winnick, Ph.D., a folklorist at the Library of Congress. At least 2 verses of the song are to believe to be Burns' creation. A cup of kindness refers to the tradition of sharing a beverage among friends, or performing a toast to invoke good spirits, prosperity, kindness, and goodwill. So, countless artists, composers, including Beethoven, had created their own versions of Auld Lang Syne through the centuries, but as far as 20th and modern versions go, we have Guy Lombardo and the Royal Canadians to thank for the widespread popularity of the song. And then Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve television special ascended to its place of domination on the airwaves, a radio broadcast show featuring Guy Lombardo and the Royal Canadians was the centerpiece of most families' New Year's Eve tradition. From 1929 through the mid-1970s, Lombardo closed each show with Auld Lang Syne, which increased the song's familiarity among American households. So today's New Year's revelers can take their pick versions of the song from Bing Crosby, Bobby Womack, James Taylor, Ingrid Michaelson, Leslie Odom Jr., Rod Stewart, Mariah Carey, and more and more and more. So that's pretty interesting. I always wonder. Now you know. So I think if I'm not mistaken, before I say anything, okay. So Guy Lombardo was a Canadian-American band leader, violinist, and hydroplane racer whose unique sweet jazz style remained popular with the audience for nearly 5 decades. And he's the one that did let me see here. All right, so it's him and the Royal Canadians. It's all one band. All right. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, no. Dang, that wind is really strong. Song made by. Okay, that's Vince Guaraldi Trio is what I'm thinking of, not the guy. The other one with we were just talking about. I was trying to make sure that I was like, that'd be pretty cool if that was the same one with Charlie Brown, but that's not. So I don't know. We keep praying and hoping that we don't lose power. All right, so this is my night, and that says day. right. So the nighttime, that was over there. So I remade this, and this one has the castor oil. It has this is the neem oil, and I used olive oil as my carrier oil. And I have that black cumin oil, and I stopped using it because I thought maybe it was what was, causing this to break out. And no, it's still something I'm eating. So I had remade the day one with olive oil, the castor oil, the cumin oil, the black cumin oil, and vanilla, and I think it's peppermint. But that black cumin oil is so strong. Just like, oh my gosh. And it smells like black pepper. Like, that's not, I don't want to smell like that. So that's why I made this one. And then I did this one. This is from Internal Essence. This is the mermaid, because it smells so good. I told y'all I was going to tell y'all what was in it. So all right. So what's in this? The fragrance profile is a green, fruity, floral, musky type with top notes of bergamot, mandarin, nutmeg, melon, and apple. Middle notes of peach, rose, pineapple, violet, coconut, jasmine, and cyclamen. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Is the cumin oil for pain? It's supposed to be in lily of the valley with a sandalwood, heliotrope, musky, sugary, vanilla base note. So that's what I mean. It smells so good. So, all right, let me get that one up. All right, so black cumin seed oil is an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and antifungal benefits, potentially helping with skin issues, acne, psoriasis, asthma, blood sugar control. And you can buy the one that is food grade, I guess. Yeah, it is, because Dr. Berg is the one that talked about the black seed, cumin seed oil, and you can have it take it internally, and then it's the ones for external. Blood sugar control, heart health, and brain function, while also supporting immune function, wound healing, and hair, skin, moisture. It says, that's, of course, more studies need to be done, and blah, 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 blah. So, it depends where you get your information from. That's why I say when you go to Google and you get to the bottom, especially like hit more, well, that's more images, more research, more results, because sometimes things get further down, pushed down in the other pages and everything that, it's information that we need. And then it says Health Grades Health Library. 12 benefits of black seed oil. Benefits for the hair. Benefits for acne. It said weight loss, inflammation, blood sugar, blood pressure, brain health, eczema, psoriasis, wound healing, Vitiligo, Vitiligo, male infertility, and then you research how much you're supposed to take. Like I said, Dr. Berg has that on his channel. Like when they have the little search thing after the channel comes up, and you can scroll over and it has the little search thing to put in there. Just put black or black cumin or cumin, and it'll come up. And he has his PhD. He was a chiropractor too, so he has all the medical knowledge and everything. That's everyday med shadow. And WebMD, I'm telling you, I don't know about them too much. Dr. Axe, he's another one. Black seed oil is made from the seeds of the black cumin Nigella sativa, Sativa, plant, also called Nigella seeds, which belongs to the Ranunculus family, Ranunculus. The black cumin part is native to southwestern Asia, the Mediterranean, and Africa. It says it's been grown for centuries. It's flavorful seeds, can be used culinary spice or herbal medicine. Oil is commonly called black cumin seed oil. Be careful, as black seed should not be confused with true cumin, black pepper, or black sesame, or black cohosh. Yeah, because like cumin. Oh, let's see. Oh, that's up that high. I don't buy getting it. So this has turmeric and dry cayenne pepper in it. No wonder why. This curry palette has cayenne pepper in it. Oh, wait, getting up on that. There we go. Alright, cumin. This is the color of cumin. It's kind of like a brownish color. Ooh, that smells. That's a lot of they use. Whew, hey, that was a good save. I think it's just stay right there. Because cumin is used in a lot of Mexican dishes. That's what makes that your turmeric and your cumin for taco seasoning. So, all right. It says antimicrobial activity against many different pathogen benefits. Combats diabetes, aids in weight loss, may improve skin, hair health, help treat infections, improve male fertility, may help balance cholesterol, may help fight cancer. Oops. So that's from Dr. Axe. AXE. And he's on YouTube also. You use it a lot. You put cumin in black beans. Yeah, the cumin spice. Now that's the spice. So cumin powder adds warm, earthy, nutty, and slightly smoky flavor to dishes. We know it's like Indian, Mexican. Alright, so McCormick has it on theirs. It's a member of the parsley family. Surprise, you never guessed that if you... No, I don't want to sign up right now. You never guessed you compared its warm, earthy flavor and aroma to parsley's mild green character. Cumin seed, like celery seed, is actually the dried ripe fruit of the plant. You might recognize cumin as one of the main flavors in chili and taco seasoning, but there's so much more to it. Cumin has known many uses over a long history. And the spice has been used since ancient Egypt, but was used so much more than that. Ancient Egyptians and ancient Greeks documented its value as a medicinal plant. It's been used as makeup, money, and carried as a charm. While gaining interest in modern time, the height of its popularity was in the Middle Ages. However, you could always find it in the kitchens of Mexico, Spain, India, North Africa, and Middle East. Let's see. Okay, so it says, what is cumin good for? So I'm going to show y'all. That's McCormick's website where I got this information. So McCormick has it on there. Vegetarians love how cumin enriches the taste of vegetable and legume soups and stews. We appreciate the way it lends pungency to rubs and marinades for tofu. Try blending it with coriander, ginger, and garlic for a spicy, sweet rub. Then it says flavors that go with cumin is turmeric, thyme, cinnamon, red pepper, oregano. Alright. So let me... So it aids in digestion, gas, and diarrhea, traditionally for inflammation, fever, and boosting immunity. So that's why they never sick. Sorry. Oh. Immune support, anti-inflammatory, respiratory, antimicrobial, women's health. Let's see here. International Journal of Medical Research. Let's see if that site comes up. Dun, 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 dun. This is taking its time. All right. So that's what I'm reading this from Institute of Journal of Medical Research Science. Comprehensive review of cumin as a natural remedy for health and wellness. So let's say antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, anti-diabetic, weight loss. I'm not going into all that scientific stuff they've done and tests and everything. Helps with bloating and flatulence. Cumin seeds contain compounds that can help reduce inflammation in the digestive tract. So it's a lot of stuff. Cardiovascular, Alzheimer's. Now it's their scientific research. I'm going to take this link and share it. There you go. Now, yeah, so that way y'all can click on that and get the information from all their scientific research. Some of it, yeah, I would understand. Some of it, just it's like kind of boring stuff. So what I did, that's in here. So I want to still use it. I don't want just to dump it. No, that's this one, the day one. This is what I've been using at nighttime also, because the nights in here that smells so good, it helps you relax and go to sleep. All right, so let me stand up here. Whew. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna, as they say, doctor it up. I'm gonna add some more castor oil to it, and I also have rosehip oil. Let me add to that. So since it has like the vanilla notes in it, we'll come over here. Oh, let me see here. I know I had vanilla in there. And this is daytime, so we don't want to put, we'll put lavender in there because then I think I may put yingling, but all right, let's try some lemongrass. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, we'll do that. Because I like the smell of lemongrass also. That, kind of like wakes you up and everything. Shake, give it a shake. Oh, that smells, but I still can smell that black cumin. But it does smell better with that lemongrass in it. See, now I did that scrub on my hand. And put, oh yeah, I can smell that lemongrass. Oh my goodness. Now I got some help clear up your sinuses and everything. That's for sure. That smells so good. Definitely. And sit here and like, oh, that smells good. I almost say like eucalyptus, but that's strong enough, kind of lemony flavor, scent and everything. It does help wake you up and everything. Alrighty, we're gonna put things away on this end. Alright, put this over here. Alright. Well, I'm gonna have that off for a reason. We're going to go back to the table. Put the phone in my pocket. In my pocket. All right, Heather. Hold on. Whoops. And everybody who's still here and chatting and watching on TV. I'm getting kind of hungry. Ugh. Good night, Robin. All right, good night. Have a good night. Happy New Year. I like to eat out my wool balls in the dryer. Yeah. All right, let me go turn those lights off. Oh my goodness. Whew. Got a chair. And I'm gonna check and see if it's snowing again real quick. Oh. All right, outside. I don't know about snowing, but I know one thing. We ain't got any ice on the windows on the back door. Always gets ice. So, oh well. Hi Heather, what time is it? So, I've always been a night owl. Always, yeah. Now, some nights I do like to go to bed early, so but I've always been a night owl. That's why I always had nighttime jobs. I'm looking to see if our heat's going to turn on. And finally got down. We have it on 62 because about 3 or 4, 10:36. Ooh, an hour and a half. Last night we had it on 64. Like I said, it gets hot up there, but even down here last night. Yes, I'm gonna drink some soda tonight. I've changed it up. I was underneath my big blanket and everything, and I got warm. And I'm like, so I asked him earlier because he had it up and he turned it down. I'm like, oh my God! I said, "Are you gonna keep it on 64 tonight?" He, I'm like, I know because it just dries out the air in here so much. Busy. I used to be able to do that. You pour soda and the carbonation fizz and just drink it like that. Not anymore. Yeah. Gotta let it cool down. I was going to put my earrings on. These things are heavy. Yeah, listen. It makes me think of the Alka-Seltzer commercial. Plop, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. I used to be in that hour, but now I go to sleep early. Wake up and then hopefully go to sleep. back to sleep. Well, the other night we were talking about patterns and about sleep patterns and everything and stuff like that. And I was talking about how I don't care what time I go to bed, it's the same thing. I can go to sleep when I'm about 30 minutes or so, I'm up. And then I go to the bathroom, come back, and lay down. Go to sleep. I wake up an hour or so later. Not me, 10:30. It's late for me. I'm usually 9:30 and up. Well, like my regular nights, the regular times I do lives Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, like Sunday and Tuesday and Thursday. I try to get to bed by 11 o'clock. So I could get, but like I said, I could go to bed at 11, go to sleep, 30 minutes or so later, I'm up going to the bathroom. Lay back down, I'm up at 3 o'clock. Going to the, no, I'm like, okay. So we were talking the other night about patterns and stuff and everything, and we were talking about stuff about listening to the radio we were growing up and everything, and the stories we listened to. Well, in Virginia, they have a Bible Broadcasting Network. It's out of Ashland, Virginia. And they had a story called Unshackled on there. So I was like, I would listen to it. It takes me hours to fall asleep, then car nap, then I fall all night long. Always been like that. In the summer, I'm usually working outside at 6 a.m. I can't nap. I know. So I was like, I would listen and come on at 9:30. So I would always make sure I was in the bed by that time or something so I could listen to the story. And I remember I said, oh my goodness, I've been doing this since then. So I was like 11 years old or so. I could lay in the bed, I'm gonna listen to this story and then I'll go to sleep. I would wake up either if the story was over with or it'd be at the end of it. And I'm like, kind of missed the whole thing. Once in a while, I could stay awake to listen to the whole story. Yeah, I wake up at 4, then finally get up at 7. Now, when I was there, I worked till 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Yep. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So this is not something that I'm doing because of my age, as the doctor would say it. That's just something I've done all my life. I go to bed, say 9:30, I would be up at 10 o'clock. Because now I remember, what are you doing up? I don't know. I woke up. Maybe I need to go to the bathroom or get something, water or something. I don't know. So I'm just like, okay. Now I understand. This is just something that's been all my life. That's not something new. It's like, I think we're in a therapy session because now we're figuring things out. And then I want to go back into the kitchen and turn that light off. So I'm just like, okay. All right, now let's see, talk about things. I'm like, oh my goodness, what in the world? So, like, I need to start writing this stuff down and everything. Yeah, exactly. Because I remember they'd be watching, I wake up and they're watching Dallas or Knots Landing or one of those and everything. And I would just lay there and just listen to the whole show. So I'm up for another hour. Excuse me. And then they come and like, I was like when my sister and I was sharing, I act like I was asleep. Oh, gotta tell the story. So we just got the bump base that year. So that's for probably 75, 19. I was 5. I would say probably 5. So it was right before I started kindergarten. Yeah. So we had the bump beds that year. And I'll never forget this. No, it had to be later than that because I got glasses in fourth grade. So that was probably third grade because I got glasses at the beginning of fourth grade. So that was probably third grade. Well, it's Christmas, so anyway. All right, so anyway, we're sitting there and we're laying there, and they closed the door, so cracked the door, or was still open, our bedroom door. So, all right, we're sitting here, but right here would be like to pull down the door to go up to the attic. Where they used to put the Christmas gifts up in the attic so we wouldn't see what they were. I can't sleep with the TV. I have to listen. I know. I'm the same here. I gotta put something on to listen to so I could go to sleep. I've never been one to go out New Year's Eve. I used to play Monopoly with the kids and drink sparkling cider. Yet we never did growing up either. Not my older sister, but the next older sister and my brother went one time to downtown Richmond for New Year's Eve, and they said they had a good time, but they never do it again. It was like it was a, and I was a mess, but they said it was just so. It was crowded, but it was just they go, we won't do it again. So we were laying there, and I think my sisters were asleep, but I wasn't, and I could see my mom and dad moving around and everything. I just couldn't really, I couldn't. My eyes was focusing out. I'm far, can't see far away. I can see up close. But anyway, so I saw him going up in the attic. I couldn't tell what they were bringing down because without because I couldn't. I didn't have glasses at the time, and I kept telling my mom I needed glasses. I would take my sister's glasses and put it on so I could see what I needed to see. And she thought I just wanted to be like all the other kids. So that went on for a while. But I'll never forget that Christmas. Because I was like, he looked through that crack of the door. The door, I mean, there was that much, like an inch. And I put my head down real quick like I was asleep. But he closed the door all the way. I was like, oh, man. But I couldn't tell what it was anyway. So it wasn't until, we got up that morning. And I don't know how I made it through seeing in school or anything. I know the teachers kept putting me up closer to the front and closer to the front so I could see the board. But like I said, I could have the book like this and read. So I guess that's what I did and everything. And then in fourth grade, Mrs. Morrill was her name. And I didn't like that teacher, but at least she understood that couldn't see and everything because she had me where of course she chose where you sit, but then she kept moving me up. The kids thought they were big stuff, staying up to midnight and having sparkling cider and a champagne cans. I know. Yep. So we did. And we got up to the front row and that's a few times we played board games when the kids were younger. Yeah, we've done that too. Like I said, and then Mrs. Barton and her kids would come over, and we would sit there and have all these snacks and hors d'oeuvres and everything, and watch the ball drop and cheers to New Year's and everything. So we were sitting there, and she asked me, she goes, "Can't," because she was frustrated with me. I'm like, I can't see the board. So she had me, all right, she had me up close. Then she stood me up. She goes, "Come here." So as I stood, I would tell her if I could see the chalkboard or not and everything. And She goes, you need glasses. I said, I tried to tell my mom, but she won't listen. Everybody knows who my mom was, you know. They, but I was tired of it. I just told the teacher. I said, I've told her for a long time, but my youngest, who was 16, was sound asleep at night. So she goes, she wrote a piece of paper, and she goes, I want you to hand this to your mom when you get on the bus. So, because my mom was a bus driver for the school. So I gave her the note. And so after her bus run, because right, so the church is here, go up a street, come down the street, come down right here. This is where we live. So, we were like right there. So after she finished her bus run, we went back to the school. And at first she was mad at me. She goes, if you got this teacher to sit there and say you need glasses, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I didn't say anything. So we both went in to the classroom and everything. 2 sisters and a brother. It's the family I grew up with. So I still say brothers and sisters. There ain't nobody else I know. We just don't talk to each other. So, yeah, a lot of, I don't say bad blood, but for my sanity, yeah, don't have nothing to do with them. So we went in, and she said, Mrs. So and so. She goes, Nancy needs glasses. She can't see the board unless she's standing right here. So she showed where I was sitting at and everything else. And she goes, I just think she just wants to be like the other kids, or blah, 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 blah. She goes, well, I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't take her to the eye doctor, she said she was going to take me to the eye doctor or something or other. So, Woolco, y'all remember Woolco? They had just, at that time, I think they just got the eye place in there, just like Walmart has, but it was Woolco. And we went in there, and the doctor did the eye test and everything else, and he came out, he goes, yep, she needs glasses. I have astigmatism in both eyes, but the left eye is more than the right. And she goes, oh, she felt so awful because she thought I was just wanting to be like the other kids and have glasses and this, that, and the other. So it was 2 weeks before the glasses came in, because back then they had to send them off and everything. So they called us that night. They had called and said they were in. So that night, after she worked and we had the bus, and after dinner, we went and got the glasses. Now this I remember clear as day, because it was after the change of time, and wasn't cold, but cold enough you wore a coat, a good warm coat, but not bitter cold. So we go in there, and he put it on, and I'm just like, oh wow. So we go outside, and I look up, and I go, look at all the stars. My mom told me years later, she goes, oh my gosh. She goes, that felt so bad. I said, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. She goes, I know that. She goes, but I did because I didn't listen to you. And I thought to myself, that never changed the rest of my life. So, oh. So I was just looking at the stars. So the next day on the bus, so here's our house. We go up to the street, and then we get to the street right here to come out of our neighborhood. Well, there's the main street right there. And then there's another street right here. And I'm like, so on this other street, there's a bunch of kids standing there. I was like, I guess they're sitting there waiting for the bus to come pick them up. Because they were going to public school, I guess. And my mom goes, Nancy, they've been there the whole since the beginning of school. You've not been able to see them. I'm like, no. I was like, again, I wasn't trying to make her feel bad. I was just telling the truth. I couldn't see that far away. So they're like, how did you make it through? I said, I could see things up close, and then I just follow somebody in front of me. So there was a lot of things that from memory. My little sister with Down syndrome wouldn't wear her glasses. She hid them under the mattress. Oh, I was bad. I had those glasses, and that was back then. That was 78, 79. Those things were $350. So they weren't cheap at all. I remember I got some, my mom made me so mad one day. All that constructive criticism, which wasn't constructive at all and everything. She made me mad one day. So I went to my room. I took my glasses off and I threw them. So see, I used to have a temper, and she goes, "You better not break those glasses." I remember being able to see the leaves on the tree when I got glasses. Yeah, me too. And the tree was right there in our front yard. I'm like, oh, here. I'm like, oh, I'm seeing so much stuff. But yeah, I broke a couple of glasses at the time. I was like, after a while, after like the second time, I realized that's not a good thing to do. So but it kind of was like in a way to get back at what she was doing, but it wasn't the best way to handle things. But as a kid at the time, I was mad. She being took those glasses and threw them. Sometimes they didn't work; they broke twice. And then when I was 13, um, I think because we went every year to because by that time my dad had really good insurance, and so we could go every year to get an eye checkup and everything. And I wanted contacts because I was tired of wearing glasses. I wanted to be like, so like Anastasia, I understand. I wanted to be like everybody else and not wear glasses. Those contacts, that first pair was $400. I was like, oh my goodness. But I think we only paid 200. It's like insurance paid half or whatever. But I was just like, oh my goodness. My brother broke his glasses, had to wear them taped. Yeah, I've done that too. Not by throwing them, but other things by accident. Or the the earpiece would come off, and we would just tape it on and keep on going and be at school or something happened. Oh no! Oh my goodness, Heather! Oh, bad boys, what you gonna do? But it also could be accidents, also, or medical. Yeah. My brother wears glasses. My older sister wears glasses. My dad wears glasses. My mom wore reader glasses, had readers, and then my other sister didn't wear glasses. I don't know now, but yeah. So, and then they kept telling me while I was growing up because it was something at school we had to fill out, and it was talking about eyes and stuff, color. So they told me at school I had hazel eyes. I'm like, I don't think so. So they kept telling me, my mom and they were always, you got brown eyes, you got brown eyes. So my best friend and I, we were getting dressed. We were down at her house, and we were going to the mall or something. I don't know. And we're getting all dressed up and everything. She's doing my hair and everything. She goes, "Let me do your makeup." I'm like, "All right." She's doing my makeup. Yeah, so far it's down by the highway. Okay, so that may be an accident. What kind of weather y'all having? So, she looks at me. She's doing my eyes. Oh, Heather, they're all in tandem now because they I hear my hair going down the road. Not my road, but down the road up here. I'm the baby of the family. A sister born 57, a sister born 60, and my brother was born 63. I'm the baby. Did a Bible study one time about bad girls of the Bible. It was bad girls, bad girls. What you gonna do? I know. Oh my goodness. Yes. Where are they coming from? I think they're going to the hospital. That's what it sounds like. So she's putting my makeup on. Yeah. She's putting my makeup on. She goes, Nancy. I'm like, yeah. She goes, you don't have brown eyes. You've got hazel eyes. I'm like, what? So she had a hammer. She goes, look at your eyes. She goes, they are not brown. Oh my goodness, they're still going? Mm. I hope it ain't somebody giving the cop a hard time because then they'll have a slew of them around them. We didn't stop at the hospital. And they sound like they're on the main road. They stopped or they. I don't know, but I know it's slick out there. Oh my goodness, going past your place. Oh my goodness. So, do y'all have bad weather there? Cause see, we have a slick. They talking about having slick roads here tonight. And no more weather alerts because they were talking about us having slick roads because of the ice and everything. I still hear that wind. I don't know. I color bluish green. Yeah, because she goes, oh, she goes, I like the color of your eyes. I said, oh, these brown eyes? She goes, your eyes are not brown. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, they're hazel. And she gave me her mirror. She goes, look. And I'm like, well, why do they tell me I have brown eyes? She goes, I don't know. She goes, no, it's cold. We had our second frost last night. Ooh. Hmm. Well, if the roads aren't, well, the roads could be slick. Now, if it sounds like, wee, um, let's see here. Let me get this. It won't be by a second or so. Now, if it sounds like that, that's the police. That's the fire engine. And rescue, kind of like drown out. They live in Carlisle, close to Dayton. Okay, 2 cops, ambulance. I hear more coming. All right, then that's an accident or somebody's house on fire or something. Because cops would be there, especially for an accident, for traffic control and everything. Now, nowadays, a lot of the cops have first aid training and AEDs, defibrillators in their car because sometimes they're the first on scene, then the fire department gets there. Yeah, that I would say if you probably don't want to open your door, but if you open and smell smoke, it could be a fire because they go to fires also and everything. Oh my goodness, I am looking at old video, watching my own stuff, looking at stuff at 3 years ago, and I'm like, I've a little more or less weight off, probably about 5 or 10 pounds more off than I am right now. I'm like, it's so close. So that's another goal is to finish getting the weight off because I'm like, I really want it off. Main reason I stay off the roads New Year's Eve, my cousin was killed by a drunk driver. Oh, Christy, I am so sorry. Another cop. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, I know. I'm looking on the local Facebook. Okay, there you go. So yeah, that kind of like that could be anything from a house fire to accident, and worst case scenario would be something else. So because and she goes, oh man, she goes, I like doing your makeup for your eyes. You could got green and blue flecks in your eyes. You could wear green and blue and everything. It really, really look good on you. Like, so we had gone. I forgot where we went. We got back on. I got home. I was like, they asked how to go and everything else and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, how come y'all never told me I had hazel eyes? And they looked at me so funny. I'm like, well, it was just easy to say brown. I'm like, I don't have brown eyes. So all the stuff I had, um, I had my driver's license and my birth certificate on brown eyes. And I'm like, how in the world do I change this? So on driver's license, it's easy to do because, you can check off, the color of your eyes. On your birth certificate, that's something different. So I think on my birth certificate, it says I have brown eyes. I'll have to look at that tomorrow to see. And I'm just like, fire trucks coming by, so far no updates. All right, that makes me more think that there's a fire going on somewhere. I had a neighbor fire one night, had about 10 pickup trucks with volunteer fire department, fire truck, ambulance, sheriffs, oh, the country life. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, because that's what I was trying to listen to, if it was police or fire. Because fire department, when they go out, I hear them. Because like I said, we've got three. One that's like 3 or 4 blocks from us. The one's a mile, maybe a mile. The other one's probably a mile. And then we get the hospital, which is five. We might as well say 5 blocks. You know. Oh, oh my goodness. I know. You hear them and it's like, oh goodness, what's going on? Then you want to see what it is. Now, there is a thing called policescanner.com. That's an app that you can actually, you can listen to the police scanner. You can find your local police scanner and you can listen to it. We used to, now back in the day, in the 70s, you could buy a police scanner and listen to them. And then when they went from the I want to say HD to digital or something another like that, then you had a hard time listening to it. The frequencies and all changed. But now they have where you can go online and listen to it. I That's okay. So I was like, because my son, we were talking about my eyes one day and how right through here, right here in the corner, it swells. And when it itches, I know it's swollen. So I was like, I know it's, he goes, oh, your eyes always been that way. I said, no, they haven't. And I've got proof. Go look at YouTube. We had a guy motorcycle get hit. He was bad. Life flight ass to land in our pasture. They had to load him in ambulance, drive across our pasture to a helicopter. Yep. Because the helicopter can't land with the telephone wires and everything. Oh my goodness. I have not been in a helicopter. Okay, it was a wreck about 8 miles up. Everyone's okay. Whew, that's good. Yeah, I kind of thought maybe like a house fire, a wreck, something. Because if y'all had frost, the road still can be slick. Do y'all have curves in the roads that are sharp or something? My son drove a motorcycle while he was sailing for our house. This mama prayed a lot. You got that right. But you better believe it. I've seen those accidents. Hospitals are our way. Oh my goodness. You better know a lot of first aid. Have a good medical kit. Um, they call. I don't know why this heat's not kicking on. Okay, I'm gonna show you this. It's called an AED. Oh, come on. Just want the picture. They call it's called an AED, and you can buy them now. It used to be only rescue squads and everything else would have them. You just have to Google because some of them want, like $100 some for them. I was in one of those small planes land on the water. Went on a flying fishing trip in Alaska as a kid. Oh, that's so cool. Chrissy, I rode in a helicopter at the fair one time as a kid. Said I was going to do that one time here at the fair. It was like 50, $60 or something or another. So forget it. And then, yeah, drive an ambulance, ridden on a fire truck and been up in the hook and ladder. Of course, I've been to many different states. Still have the helicopter, but now I don't know. I've been in a plane, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to go up in the air again. Oh, so yeah, because those now are more accessible to where they have them in some grocery stores, churches, and it's CPR, but it's the the defibrillating pads that we used to see on oh, why this finger has gotten so tight. On like emergency and the doctor shows and everything. Well, now they pushed when I was an EMT. That was back in 2003 for people, you know, first responders and all, like the police or like schools and everything would have them because it takes time. You know, by the time you call 911, tell them your address, what's going on, that takes a few minutes. For them to get the dispatch, to dispatch the paramedics or whatever you need. All right, so the fire department, yeah, we just have to be, if it was a, let's say, level one, it was like, it wasn't level. Anyway, we had one, two, and three. So one was emergency lights and sirens to get there. We had to be there less than 6 minutes. Yeah, flying in a plane in a long time. Yeah, time was back in 2006. Yeah. So oh, that's so much better. So what was I saying? Oh my goodness, that's funny. Oh, um, and most cops, especially at night, depends on what part of the county they're at, it's going to take you good 10, 15 minutes. Sometimes it's 20 minutes. Now, I remember at one point in Virginia, Richmond, we had a state police office, not far from us, but that didn't mean the police officers were there. And so this was like 2003, 2004, 2005. I was doing EMS at night because they asked me to, and so my kids were up at the base, and I told them. In 24, I went to Florida to my dad's funeral. The same time the big hurricane hit. Oh my gosh, I know. We were praying for you, Heather. That was scary. I was like, oh my goodness. And they said okay, but then someone else had a heart, and I was like, well, then don't ever ask me to be be at the rescue squad at nighttime again. And but just so happened one of the state troopers come in, and we're sitting there talking to him, and Because they come in and get coffee or whatever. Now there was different gas stations that they could get stuff for coffee and all for free and everything, but you usually had to give them something to eat too and everything. And he goes, "Oh man, what a night! Are you welcome?" Yeah, we that was scary with that hurricane, and I understand about your dad passing. Um, he goes, "I had to go. I couldn't not be there." Exactly. You got that right. You got that right. Are you from Florida? Or are y'all from Oregon? I gotta put some stuff on my hands. Yeah. So I'm like, "Well, how many are you?" They were talking about, he was talking about how busy it was and everything, and I'm like, "Well, doesn't the county help you, y'all?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "But they're um on like a thin crew, also skeleton type crew." I'm like, "Well, how many are y'all for the state police?" Here's only four of us. I'm like, "What? What? Wait a minute, four of y'all?" I was born in Alaska and moved mostly Oregon. Okay. So does that mean your dad was in the military? So he was like, "Yeah." He goes, "There's only four of us." I'm like, "Wait a minute, four of y'all for the whole county that we're in?" He goes, "Well, sometimes it's four." He said, "Not the whole state because they can't do the whole state, but the county and the city." He goes, "There's only four of us." I'm like, "You've got to be kidding me." He goes, "No." He goes, "And if you were at one call and we finished with that," he goes, "we could get a call and it'd be 30 minutes away. Especially if the county police are busy." And it's like, I shook my head. I was like, that. I said, "And what's the reason why they tell you there's y'all not that many at nighttime?" "Because of budgets." I'm like, "You're full. They're full of it." He goes, "I know." It's like, oh my goodness. Started a couple of tire companies for people. Oh, cool. That is so cool. I asked because you're talking about moving around. Because I know some people move around because their dad is in the military. I would say, if you're an army brat, so am I. But not an army brat, because by the time my dad was only in the Korean War, then when it was over, he got honorable discharge because he didn't stay in. He was the voice for the Yokohama Mom. Oh, oh, that is so cool. I know what you talked about, but that is so cool. Oh, that's awesome. So did they move to Florida when they retired? But he was Navy before I was born. Yeah, so you where they say even though they retired or got out before we were born, we're still military brats. Like, okay, whatever. Oh, yeah. Right, so no potatoes for a while. Well, this has been, I don't want to say popping, but I can feel it moving better. He got that charge after so was chaplain until he passed. Oh, okay. And retired to Florida. That's what a lot of people used to do because it's supposed to be warm in Florida. My husband's Navy, so my kids still like to travel. Daughter especially. Oh, right. I like to travel too, but I'll just do it by bus or car. When I get that inflammation down, I'll be all right. Like I said, when I crochet, the hook is in this hand, and I'm doing is holding the yarn in this hand. So it's like nothing. We got about 30 more minutes, Heather. So how many times? All right, so it was midnight. It's 2:25 here. So 1 o'clock. So all the cranked be forgot. So 2 o'clock. All the cranked be forgot. Because like I said, that carpal tunnel release. I remember I felt it going all. Think of like a pipe cleaner when you sit there and use pipe cleaners when you're doing crafts and everything. And you take that thing and you go and cleaning whatever. That's what I felt like. I'm going up and down like that in my finger. So I still do exercises because I have to hold my hand to do this. I'm a homebody now, and it's hard to leave animals. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I don't like to leave. I know. I'll tell you. The same here. I still like to travel. Well, one day I'll travel across country. I'll save up enough money that I can just go meet different people and make my way to Oregon. So, all right, everybody. It's been a wonderful night. Happy New Year to everybody. Thank y'all for hanging out with me and everything. We've had lots of laughs, stuff we started to do for the new year and everything and all. And get under the covers and get warm. So thank y'all for being here. God bless. Stay safe. We love y'all. And I'll see y'all tomorrow night on Their Treasure Home. We're going to be looking at patterns and oh, you welcome. We're going to be looking at patterns and maybe cutting a pattern out. There we go. Y'all have a wonderful night. You don't need to go to Missouri. Yeah, I can, well, yeah. I know not this year. So, there we go. Happy New Year, everybody.